I'm Shakira 2 times.
And I'm Nancy.
And this is Shack with the Facts. Yay. Perfect. What's up, y'all? It's your girl Shakira. Two times reporting live. And this is Shack with the Facts. Stay tuned. Shack with the Facts on the micro.
This episode is sponsored by Black Business Enterprises.
Today's guest is a woman that I absolutely admire. I'm talking, she is the boss of all bosses. She is a serial entrepreneur, a businesswoman, a business coach, a mama, a world traveler, and so much more. The resume speaks for itself, but I'm going to let her speak a little more. Without further ado, I would like to introduce the president and CEO of Black Business Enterprises. This is Nancy Korsah.
That was quite the introduction, Shakira.
Well,
and of course, one of my favorite interviewers of all time, Shakira. Okay.
Wow.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course, I'm so happy to be here in Black Business Enterprises. This is the perfect setting to interview you. You are truly a pillar in the community, and I'm so happy to have you here. But I know you're going to come with it. You're going to drop some words of wisdom.
Always.
You're going to give some advice. You're going to preach. You're just a wealth of knowledge, so I'm so happy to have you here.
Yes, I will have to say that. I've been through a lot and I've done a lot. I always tell my sisters I've lived. So bring me all your problems and I can probably find a solution. I'm very solution-based.
But don't actually do that because this woman is busy, okay? She don't have time. You got to schedule an appointment. The link is in her bio. Let's get into it. So for those who don't know Nancy and those who don't know what Black Business Enterprises is, tell us a little bit about it and how it was birthed.
My goodness. So I've been around 10 years for Black Business Enterprises, but I've actually been doing business for 20 years. I started my first business at 19 years old out in California, and 20 years later at Black Business Enterprises, I wanted a hub for people to be able to find community, find solutions, and help them birth their ideas and bring them into toddler stage, right? I see everybody's business as a baby, so that's how it started. It's been a journey.
Absolutely, and you are such a humble queen because it's been an amazing journey, and you have changed the lives of thousands. Maybe I might be lowballing, but you've changed the lives of thousands, mine included. So I want to ask you. Obviously, you've been doing this for 20 years. That's a long time, and you look good. And you're a business owner yourself, but what made you want to pour into others and really focus your business on helping other businesses in that toddler phase, like you talked about?
Well, I have to tell you, you're a business owner. There's nothing worse than starting a business and feeling alone. And feeling like you don't know what to do, making mistakes that really can cost you a lot and actually can shut down your business. Mm-hmm. So, and I've been through it. Guys, I've started numerous businesses and I've failed so many times, okay? You don't get good at anything unless you fail. So knowing that, I wanted to be that source for people where they can, have that big sister, like, don't do that. I've done it, don't do it, okay? And not to kill people's dreams, but some business mistakes can be very costly. So I wanted to have a hub for people to be able to get some education, get a community to rally around them, but also get resources that otherwise would cost thousands of dollars, like this space, right? A lot of people have gotten to use this space and for events and for incredible activations, and that's what I wanted to create, just a space for Black and brown businesses to come together and not feel alone.
Oh my gosh.
So that's why I continue this. That's why I want to now hopefully get a successor to continue on.
What do you mean by that, ma'am?
Well, we're not dropping too much teeth today.
Right.
But, I'm getting up there in age, right? And I've done quite a bit. And I always tell people, you have to spread your wings, right? As you know, I'm international. I won't be Minnesota forever. So there's definitely some new announcements coming up in your horizon. I'm sure I'll give you the exclusive.
Amazing. You will hear it here first. Well, that's very exciting. And I know you're all about like reaching that hand out and pulling up the next generation, the next person. Yeah. And then let's talk a little more about this space. You mentioned before this space would cost thousands of dollars to rent, and folks who are part of Black Business Enterprises get to utilize this space, along with many other things. I recently became a member, and I have not stopped raving about it. Like, I've been telling everybody and their mom about the perks of being a member. Can we talk a little bit about that and how you came up with that plan to offer these exclusive perks to Black and brown businesses in the community?
Absolutely. I'll tell you this. When I first started my business, I always wanted a place to do networking events so I could bring people together. And everywhere I went, they wanted to charge me thousands of dollars. And I'm like, I don't have it, but I want to bring people together, and I don't want to have to charge an arm and a leg. How do I do this? So that's why I created this. Now, as far as the membership, I remember when I started my cleaning business out in LA, I was so broke back then, guys. Let's be real. And I got quoted for a website, and it was like $1,500. And back then, we're talking about immigrant me. I barely spoke any English. I'm like, I can't afford that. So I just did like Craigslist. So here you can, under the membership, you can get a website. You can get a logo. We'll pay for your LLC. You know, the benefits are just too many even to list right now. But I wanted to create that so that business owners wouldn't feel like I have to kill my dream just because I don't have the money. Money should never be a barrier for our ideas to be heard. I mean, look at even our history, right? There's so many people that did great things with nothing, right? But if you have a community, you can go a lot further. So we just want to be that hub, that community of people that can say, hey, you know what? We will bridge that gap. You know, we can't do it all, of course. But as an organization, we just want to be able to be that platform that helps you get started. Now, of course, I tell people we only help those ones that are hungry for themselves, right? We can't want your business more than you do, so you have to be able to help yourself to show up. If you show up, the benefits are endless.
They are endless.
And literally endless.
Yeah, I've been a member for a month, and I've utilized maybe only 20% of the business.
I am very proud of you, though. Because you've been showing up.
Thank you. And I will continue to show up. Like, if you are a business owner, an entrepreneur, and you want that sense of community, because like you said, it is really tricky getting started or relaunching, rebranding. You don't know where to start. You're getting pulled in so many different directions. Nancy and her team do a really good job of, we sound like a commercial. We do paid ads too. They do a really, really good job of giving you every single benefit that you could ask for. And if that's not something that they will offer exclusively, they'll point you exactly in the right direction. So it's a 10 out of 10 experience that I really appreciate. So thank you. You do so many different things. I think your intro named not even half of the things you do. On top of that, you have a social life. On top of that, you're a mama. I hope that you prioritize self-care. How do you balance all of that? What do you tell an entrepreneur that's trying to balance it all? What's the biggest, best piece of advice that you could give?
Well, I would say, yes, self-care is very important. Do I do enough of it? Probably not. My sisters will tell you I don't. But what I enjoy the most is time with the people that I love. I have my sisters I work with here. I have my family. As long as I get time with them, for me, it's priceless. And also, I actually genuinely love being around community. Like, that is actually part of my self-care. You know, I feel energized. I don't know if you were here for last year's White Party, but I felt energized. I think I danced the entire event. I was so energized just seeing people in one room supporting each other. Dollars passing from one brown hand to another. Like, that to me, that was self-care. Yeah. Because I got to see my people win. So that's how I take care of myself, is creating spaces for others. And of course, sometimes I'll go on a mini sabbatical and like turn off my phone. Very important. Because especially the last 5 years, we've been going through it. We've been going through it. Am I lying?
No.
We've been going, the ups and downs, the riots, we've gone through it. So mentally, of course, I always encourage people to recharge, take care of yourself, and take care of others. Sometimes when you also take care of the right people, now, if you're taking care of the right people, they will pour right back into you. And that's what's happened to me, you know, with the people I have around myself. Shout out to my sisters, Gigi, Lauren, Blendy, my team. They pour into me, so I'm not at it alone.
Yeah, you're not pouring from an empty cup.
Yeah, they fill my cup. Whether I like it or not, they will tackle me and fill my cup.
Good, you need it. Everybody needs that support system. And you are big on community in our community, so you have to have one of your own. So I love that.
Yeah, and they're incredible, so thank you.
Yes, shout out to y'all. And I love that they're all Black women, queens. I love that. So for those who don't know, and I don't think I've ever asked you this before myself, but what birthed BBE? Like, what moment in your life? Because at this point, you had already been a business owner, you had already been traveling, you had already been doing all the things, networking. What moment or what idea or what part of your life birthed the idea of Black Business Enterprises?
No, I have to actually shout out Brian White Jr. A lot of people don't know this, but he was the catalyst. I've always helped Latin businesses, you know, behind the scene, but he had this ginormous group. We had like 44,000 members, and he had been curating that for years, but didn't really know how else to activate the group. And he said, "Hey, Nancy, take it over." And he's actually a genius, and I don't think that's talked about enough. He owns 2 scoops in St. Paul. He is a brilliant man who really wanted to cultivate and get Minneapolis and St. Paul together and created that group, which now is what it is now. Of course, Facebook, they did us dirty. They shut down the group like multiple times. But he is actually the reason why I started Black Business Enterprises. A lot of people don't know that right now. And he won't take credit either. That's just how he is. But he had been in this community for so long, and he just created a platform for me, and I just took it from there and grew it for what it is right now. And he was just an incredible person, mentor, human being, and I definitely credit that to him. Everybody go support 2 Scoops in St. Paul. I don't care what you're doing, go there. Yeah. And it's on a historic street.
Oh my gosh.
Him and his family are running it beautifully, and just a brilliant man.
Amazing. I love ice cream.
Okay.
I've been wanting to venture out and do more in St. Paul, because it's like, if you live in Minneapolis, you know.
We're afraid of the river.
Exactly. It's like that that Lion King meme when they're like, "This is Pride Rock, we don't go over there." That's how people treat St. Paul. But no, I would love to.
See, Brian brought those 2 together.
Amazing.
Literally, just for one group.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's dope. So you mentioned how Facebook has done you dirty, right? So let's get into that, because I'm a firm believer in systemic racism.
Let's talk about it.
Let's get into it. So, look, being a girl boss is hard. Being a Black woman is harder. You are both. A lot of us are striving to be both. And in today's climate, it's not easy. There's a magnifying glass on Black businesses. You know who is trying to really eliminate anything that has to do with, like, Black excellence, right?
Yes.
How are you surviving this climate? How is your business thriving through all of the BS that we've been through really in the last 5 years?
I mean, I'm hoping this will go viral, so let's be controversial, right?
Yeah, let's
be real. So there's a couple corporations that they're just not about it. Mm-hmm. They haven't paid their invoices. They claim DE&I out there, but are not actually following through. So this year, we've actually lost a lot of revenue when it comes to support, right? Remember, during 2020 till 2022, because 2023 started going down, we couldn't get people off of us.
Mm-hmm. It was like, it was a trend. It was trendy to be woke.
Yeah, it was very trendy, not just to be woke, but to have that Black friend, or to have, I'm supporting Black-owned businesses. It was just trendy, right? Mm-hmm. And it shows who followed that trend, because they fell off that trend. And with that, I have to shout out MediaBridge. MediaBridge, they are the one ally, supporter, accomplice who has stepped fast. Like, we're here. We don't care what the climate is. We don't care what the Cheeto says in office. We don't care what anybody says. We're standing for Black-owned businesses. So I have a lot of respect for them. But there's many other corporations that, you know, have been our past sponsors and supporters who just, the moment the climate change, they're like, oh, we're done. If you're watching, let's do better. So no, it's very difficult, because especially as a leader in the community, you know, we want to be able to support others, but of course, if no one is pouring back into our organizations, you know, a lot of nonprofits, we've had to absorb other nonprofits. We've had over 30 nonprofits here in the Twin Cities that have just quietly shut down, and a lot of people haven't even noticed that they're closed. And it's a fight for survival. However, there's always a silver lining. We're not going anywhere. Like, it doesn't matter, because we've built a very tough community. We built a community that actually cares about each other. And no matter who supports us, who thinks it's trendy, we're going to steadfast be taking over the city.
Yeah.
No matter what. We're always going to be here, because Black-owned businesses are here to stay.
We're here to stay, and if nobody else has us, we got us.
Okay, really?
Yes, ma'am. Hashtag that. No.
Yeah.
Thank you. That was a perfect answer. I love that. So what is some advice you would give to folks that are in that toddler phase? They have a great idea, they might have some funding, but they just don't know where to start.
Don't quit. I promise you, there's so many people that come to us, and after a year, they're like, this is too hard, I quit. 9 to 5 is so different than having a business, as you know. If you think you're working too hard now at your 9 to 5, doing a business, is 10 times harder. Like, I mean, I think I'll answer an email at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Right? It's you have to be able to be okay with failing, and you have to be able to stand back up. I always tell people, business will really strengthen your faith in God. Can I talk about that? Because I love that. Strengthen your faith in God, because only in business, one day you make $10,000 and the next year like negative 30,000. It's crazy. Business will have you looking crazy, right? But it's making sure you understand that your currency is people. Community is currency. Connections is currency. I've really gotten far purely out of connection. So cultivate connections. Don't just go to networking events, walk out and never talk to people. Follow up. Hey, can I take you to coffee? And you're very good at that. Let me tell you, this lady right here, she will follow up on you. Where are you? And I really love that, because people will take you a lot further. The right people will take you a lot further. So continue connecting and continue to be steadfast in your business. And then let me tell you something real. Just because you see someone else doing it doesn't mean that it's going to happen for you. Let me reiterate. Back in the pandemic days, people were selling waist trainers. People were seeing someone doing extremely well. Shout out to So Snatch. But nobody could replicate what she was doing. So some people just have favors. So don't copy what other people are doing. Find your niche and go for that. But don't copy what someone else is doing just because you see them do it well. You don't know what their struggle is behind the reel, behind that photo. You don't know. So make sure that you always feel a need as well. Don't just, I'm selling bracelet. Is it a need?
Right.
Yes, they're beautiful, but is it a need? I own a toothpick company out of this country, right? It's a need.
How many companies do you own?
I do a lot. So think outside the box. What is something that everyone will need no matter what? Don't just jump on a train. Find something that you know it's going to work. And also test your clients. The biggest failure is when you don't ask what your population needs. You just start a business. You didn't even ask them if they wanted it. And I'm sorry, this is such a long-winded answer, but they have to hear this. I had a beautiful 2 gentlemen that came, and they're like, we're starting a clothing company. And I said, okay. And it was a roach on it. The logo was a cockroach. And I was like, amazing, okay. So why would I buy why do I want a cockroach on me? Well, it symbolizes I'm from the ghetto. So I said, okay, great. I respect it. But then now you're limiting your customer base to just those people. But did you ask your customer base from where you're from if they want a roach on their shirt?
Nancy, I cannot listen to
this
you
is
without
real
laughing.
stuff.
That's anti-black. Why are they selling cockroach shirts?
That's what I'm trying to say, right? So just because it means something to you, it doesn't mean that it's going to translate well to others. So being very thoughtful of your client, but you have to sell it to people. And also, everybody and their mama want a clothing line. Why am I going to wear your clothes? What are you doing differently? Are you doing fast fashion? Are we just buying stuff from China and throwing a logo on it? I'm sick of it.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't even buy from Fashion Nova and Shein because of that, right?
I'm getting there. I'm working my way out of it.
We're going to talk about it.
Yes, ma'am. Once God gives me the budget to get out of fast fashion,
and it's coming. And it's coming. But think about it though. What are we doing different? What is it that we can do? Biggest advice, ask your customers what they want. Ask them what they want. I'm telling you, down to the color. Do a workshop. Do a focus group and say, hey, don't even share your idea, but just give them a vague, hey, would you buy this and how much would you pay for it? And let them pick. That's how you find success.
Yes, ma'am.
By asking. Even says it in the Bible, a wise man consults with many. Consult with many. A lot of people just get up and I'm doing a business, and then they wonder why they fail and throw thousands of dollars at it, just ended up shutting it down after a year and a half. And I've seen so many of those.
I told y'all she was going to be preaching.
Sorry.
The gems are being dropped. No, don't ever apologize. You are dropping gems. So I have a couple more questions for you. You talked about a toothpick business. I didn't even know that. Currently today, how many businesses do you own, ma'am, that are up and running and thriving and all the things?
Oh my gosh, where's Florence? Florence! My assistant. So I have a lot going on across the globe.
Yeah.
But I think obviously my consultant, Nancy Inc., is my favorite because I get to consult with the greats. A lot of people may not know, but I do consult with really big figures that I don't talk about.
Yeah.
And that's why they employ me, because I'm not a fanfaring around them. I just do my job. And I work with a lot of clinics, doctors, hospitals, around the globe, consulting them on how to have a better business and how to build better connections. But I think nothing beats my charity baby, which is BBE.
Yeah.
I love BBE. Even though it's my toughest business, because convincing people to support each other, believe it or not, is a full-time job. It is a full-time job, but I love it. I want to continue to instill that love and kindness towards each other.
Yeah.
And everything else pours back into BBE. Of course, as you know, I'm in healthcare as well, so I have group homes, home care agency. I do a lot of stuff, but the one that really fills my soul, my heart, is the one where I get to come and create beautiful spaces for people.
And you do an amazing job doing that. And it goes outside of this building. I learned recently that every year you take a group of BBE members to Ghana.
Yeah.
Can we talk a little bit about that trip and what it entails and what all you do? Like, all of it sounds so good, y'all. I tried to get me a last-minute ticket. Next year is my year, for sure.
It is, and I'm looking forward to that. So, many of you may not know, but Ghana actually launched in 2019, they launched Return to Africa, where they wanted people to come back home. They offer free land, residency, citizenship for people to come back. And after George Floyd, they amplified that and said, hey, they don't want you there, we want you here. So let's debunk that Africans don't like African Americans right now. Doesn't exist. No, it does exist, it does exist, but not over here. My goal and my cousin Linda, shout out to you, we want to bring people back home. And it's not just come and see Ghana. We want to inspire people and open their eyes. When you're born and raised in America, you don't realize that there's actually a lot of blind spots. You only know what they tell you. But once you get outside the country, you realize, wow, 90% of it is like a lie.
Yeah, it's propaganda.
It's just propaganda. It's like the freedom thing. No, freedom is not free here. Freedom is not free here. Because if I park there right now, somebody's going to give me a ticket.
True story.
Do you understand? So is freedom really free here? No. I want people to go feel inspired and see something new and realize that they're much more important than what they have experienced here. Yeah. I remember I took a group from North Carolina, right, to Ghana once, and one of the ladies stayed there. She paid off her student loans, so she said, I'm not going back. She said it's the first time she ever felt that she was free. Wow. Everywhere she looked, people looked just like her. Everywhere she looked, yes, of course, they consider her an outsider, but it's still, she had no fear. She didn't feel afraid. And she could afford life, and she just felt like she had finally arrived home. Aww. So I want people to get inspired and just get a reset. When you go to the motherland, there's this feeling that just permeates you and helps you realize that you're not just enough, but you are more than enough. And you really see the importance of Africa to the globe. If we closed our doors, truly the world will starve. I just watched a documentary that showed even our phones that we charge. Literally, if Africa shut down, we wouldn't have that material. Cobalt, gold. A lot of people don't know the history or why wars even happen. They're all funded by the West, right? So it's just understanding that history. It enriches your mind and it also opens up your mind. Furthermore, when you go to the diaspora, you realize, wait a minute, there's so many businesses that are still missing there. What can I bring? So you see a lot of African Americans that have gone to Ghana and have become multi-millionaires because they thought outside of the box. So I want people to open up their minds, go and find themselves. Yeah. Find themselves, because unless you've been to not just Ghana,
The motherland.
The motherland.
Yeah.
You are truly not going to understand who you are.
Yeah.
Until you step foot there, then you realize, wow, wait a minute, they don't deserve me over here.
Wow.
So I want people to feel that. So next year we're looking to sponsor. So we had a sponsor this year. So there's one person, lucky person that got to come. Next year we want to see if we can find sponsors to cover as many people as possible.
Amazing.
So people can just say I'm coming and not have that financial burden.
Yeah.
And I'm going to make that my mission to make sure I can say, hey, 10 of you are coming for free. 10 of you are getting fully sponsored. Who's coming?
Wow.
So you gotta.
I was gonna say, when does the application
get
drop?
that baby on your back.
No, seriously, let me know. Like, I'm definitely going to sign up. That is a once in a lifetime opportunity, and you are the best person to go with. So I'm very excited.
Guys. I'm a whole. Listen, this VIP treatment.
I can't wait. I cannot wait. When she sent me the description, I'm like, oh, this is something that I need to be a part of ASAP. So BBE is jam packed. Y'all are doing something in the community every day, every week. You rent out your space to BBE members. You curate all types of events, from artist calls to award shows to fashion shows,
Cooking competitions.
I didn't know about that one.
Sunday.
Oh, I was just gonna say. So, what can we expect just the rest of 2025 from BBE? What are some of the things that we can expect?
What can we not expect? Everything happens at BBE.
So, how can folks sign up and get involved with BBE?
Just go right on our website, click on the volunteer if you want to volunteer, or sign up, or you can just send a message. One of my team members will reach out. But most importantly, we're in the App Store, Google Play Store. You can just download our app, be part of the community, and we just want you to know you don't have to have a business. Just come and find community. Also, we have jollof rice at our event. Do you know that?
What kind of jollof rice, though, Nancy? Because I want to get into. I'm just curious.
I don't want to fight with anybody because I don't want hate comments. Actually, I do. Ghanaian jollof rice is the best.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know
I
about
don't want to fight
that.
with you. You're the best interviewer in Minneapolis.
Oh,
let's not fight because I know you could go toe to toe.
Because Ms. Nancy, I don't know about that, but we're actually going to get into that later. So I'm happy you said that. I don't think you're right, but I'm so happy you said that. So the interview portion is done. We are going to get into a fun little segment that I like to call
Facts or Cap.
I am going to give you a statement, and you have to tell me if it's true or if it's false by saying facts or cap. If you wish to elaborate, you can, okay?
Sure.
So the first question I'm going to ask you, and I really want you to answer this carefully. Ooh. Is the Liberian jollof the best? Facts or cap?
Super cap.
Insane. Insanity. Okay.
Super cap.
That's crazy. We might have to edit that out, but whatever you say.
Do not edit this out.
Okay. Facts or cap? It takes 30 days or less to get your LLC registered in Minnesota.
Oh, that's fact. It takes 5 minutes with yours truly. I've opened 7,000 of them.
Wow. It's going to be 7,001 because I'm getting into something soon. Facts or cap? The amazing Winter Wonderland Ball coming at the end of this month is open to the public.
Fact, and my red carpet rules.
Yes.
The white carpet rules.
Yes. Yours truly will be hosting the white carpet.
Yes.
I'm very excited for the event. She brings tons of community members together.
Yes.
Like she mentioned, we'll have black and brown vendors. Apparently there'll be a lot of dancing.
Yes.
And I will be on the red carpet getting the 411 and getting the facts. So I'm very excited for that.
Fact.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, facts or cap? The citizenship process for African Americans in Ghana is simple.
Facts. They want you there, guys. Also, when you have an insider like myself, like we don't have red tape.
Oh wow, we get to skip the line.
You don't have red tape.
So it's like you go there just a citizen of the U.S. You leave a
We
citizen
can
of
get
Ghana.
your residency while during the 10 days that we're there. Yeah,
Amazing.
it's a non-factor, guys. It's so easy. They want you there. They're inviting people to come. They want you to feel and know that you belong to Africa, to the motherland.
Yeah.
So, guys, with our current president, you need to have a second residency, okay? If we need to pack up and go anywhere, like, come on.
Like, because we're not even a year in, and it's looking like that. Facts or cap? When you are uplifting your businesses and your social life, because oftentimes when you're in this career field, you have to be a socialite. You have to be outside. You have to be networking. Is it possible to be a present parent while doing all of those things?
This is going to be an elaborated answer, guys. I have an 8-year-old, and the first couple years of my business, I was not that present because I was so in the grind, and I always share this with everyone because it's just the truth. And he told me, like, is it BBE again? He was like 4 back then, 3 or 4, and I was like, reset. So I give him, it is possible, but you have to have the right village. You have to have the right support. And family comes first. The businesses come and go, but those babies, they're first.
Yeah, absolutely. Great answer. Facts or cap? It just costs $40 a month to be a member of Black Business Enterprises.
Facts!
Yes, ma'am. $39.99 to be exact. Okay, perfect. Well, thank you, Nancy.
Thank you.
Yay.
She's the best, by the way. If you're not getting an interview with Shakira with the facts, you're missing out. And with that said, I actually would love to sponsor a couple of business owners to come and interview with you. And I am actually asking for business owners out there to be sponsors of the show, so your logo can be, where are you putting the director? Who knows? Left or right?
Right over here somewhere.
Vacant paper slots.
Yes, ma'am.
Because
Yes,
this
ma'am.
is the place to be. So I'm encouraging everyone to do so.
Thank you so much, Nancy. You heard it here first. Bye.
Wait, show's not over. It's time for Shaq's Facts.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Shakira 2 times, and this week's segment of Shaq's Facts is brought to you and inspired by Miss Nancy Korsah. Now, earlier in our conversation, we were getting into the nitty-gritty about the amazing trip she does every year where she takes 10 Black business owners to Ghana. During these 10 days, you get your pathway to residency and citizenship, and in today's climate and society, the way number 47 is working, you should absolutely have a plan B. You should absolutely have dual citizenship. So she's giving us all the opportunity to do that. And we were discussing it. We were talking about the feeling of going back to the motherland and how it's essential. But there was one thing she said that didn't sit right with me. Okay, let's play back the clip. You can, okay?
Sure.
So the first question I'm going to ask you, and I really want you to answer this carefully. Ooh. Is the Liberian Jola the best? Facts or cap?
Super cap.
Insane. Insanity. Okay.
Super cap.
That's crazy. We might have to edit that out, but whatever you say.
Do not edit this.
Okay, yes. So, what Miss Nancy said was slander, defamation, if you will, because today's fact is, listen closely, Liberia has the best jollof rice. Thank you for listening. Bye.
Golden State brought out the glow. Energy is unmatched. Tell me what you want, what you really, really want.